See, no problem today. Straight in.
What are you doing
Oh, that's good. Oh yeah, that's it. Blame the chair.
Good job no one can hear us when these bits start.
Well, this is it. Absolutely. Good afternoon and welcome to day 2.
Motion detected at your front door.
It's definitely you, not me.
There you go. Good job we're not live, isn't it? Already. Right. All right. You can tell it's live here at Flory Models. It's either not working at all like last night, although that happens just as you go live. And I thought I muted it as well. I thought I had it all turned off. Anyway, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Flory Models. Just to give you a little bit of background information, we've actually set it up. There's a lot more lag. So you guys are running about 1 minute behind us in an effort to get rid of the problems where some of you were saying you were getting buffering. Some of you were getting various, not being able to watch it on tellies or drive-through cinemas or wherever you're trying to watch us and stuff like that. So I've set it a little bit different today. So hopefully that won't be an issue. So if you can give me some feedback at the end of the show, preferably, we'll know then if it's worked or not. And if it is, at the moment, you are literally about 1 minute behind. And we do know you can hear us. To be honest, we always leave the mics live. So when people are like, well, I forget a message, say, Phil, you do realise you are live? Yes, we do. So anyway, good afternoon to Mr. Matt. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. Yeah, very well. Very well.
Good. Indeedy. And to Andy, good.
Yeah, fine, thanks. Not too bad at all today.
Very good. I must admit, all good here, although I have to say it is very cold. It's a bit chilly. I'm not used to this cold weather.
It's nice and sunny, yeah?
Yeah, the weather's been nice.
Right.
Beautiful blue skies, but it has been definitely a bit cold.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. Frosty this morning, but it is, a bit nippy.
Mm-hmm.
But nice and sunny. Nice day for a walk.
Definitely. Yes, I must admit, no, it's been lovely here. Good afternoon to everybody who is in the live chats. I must admit, my laptop was having a bit of a fit earlier, and I think we're okay now. Seems to be all good. No, it's not. Unless no one's actually posted in live chat yet. Have they not? Perhaps I need to refresh. This is where it'll boot me out, and then there you go. That's it. Yeah, we did have a few technical difficulties during yesterday's show as well, because I have to apologise as well. When everyone got kicked out of live chat and then you all had to log back in?
Yeah.
Well, mine as well did it, and I didn't notice. So,
yeah, me too.
So when I refreshed it after we finished, suddenly it went, and it was like, oh, okay, there's lots in there now. So yeah, Jez says his paints have arrived today. Good job. Very foggy in Wiltshire this morning. There you go. David says just woke up. Thinking about it, David, you've just woke up. I thought you was on the East Coast, so that's what? You must be about 6 in the morning there, is it? East Coast, USA? Sorry, West Coast, USA. They're 8 hours behind us, aren't they? But I don't know about if they're on summertime, Easter Bunny time, I don't know, whichever one it is. So yes, good job. And everybody in YouTube land as well. Great to see you there. There you go. Everyone's saying great resolution and things like that. Hopefully we're all fine now and we're all working well. So that's good. Good job all the way through. Anyway, up with you today, if you haven't seen it already, is this or that. Is the Challenger 2 review. As I said, we've reviewed it somewhat before because we did the test system, which has got like the bar armor all over it and all the rest of it. So it's roughly the same type of kit, but we've done a full review on this one again. I say, beautiful job, very nice. And if you're into your British armor, I think it's the go-to Challenger now, isn't it? Out of them all.
I would have said so, yeah. Definitely.
So very nice. And obviously the track system, which I know a lot of people say about, sometimes they can be a bit overkill, like 15 parts per track and all the rest of it. It's quite a good one, that, and it's workable. So it's got torsion bar suspension onto it. It's fully posable, fully workable, and should be really good on that one. So that one is up with you right now, so you can go off and have a look at that after the show, clearly. So, yes.
I think we've only had the Tamiya and the Trumpeter ones, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
And both of them are a bit...
Well, they're very old. The Trumpeter one's now 20-odd years old.
Yeah.
Tamiya one's still all right, though, isn't it?
Well, the Tamiya one had an upgrade, didn't it?
Yeah, but then didn't they butcher the mould so then they can't go back to the older ones?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what I heard is that they altered the moulds to do an updated version so that they can't go back. Look.
Right. All right. Okay. Don't know.
Anyway, if you are into your British armour, very nice indeed. Looks very good. The only thing with that one is very much modular because you have to build the entire hull and the entire turret. It's not like some of them, where it's like a hull, add torsion bar, suspension, and away you go. No, you have to build the entire lot. So I don't know why you would make it quite multi-part because it is what it is, isn't it? It's not like you can make other versions of. I don't know, it just seemed a little bit weird on that one, but there you go. But anyway, it's available. Is not available. It was a pre-order that we had up, wasn't it?
Yeah, it'll be available from Monday. We pre-order it should be here Monday, and then obviously whatever's left will go in the store. So yeah, it's going to be busy pre-orders next week.
Absolutely. We have had some presents, haven't we? So we do have to say a big thank you to Les Rawlings, who sent us the genuine Martin Baker, because that's the ones for the team, ejector seat key rings, which I have to say, I can't get in now. Look, let's do a live unboxing on camera, because I have to say, often you get sent bits and pieces, but this is actually one of those ones where it's really cool. If I can get in here.
Mine's definitely going to go on the keys.
Yours is what?
Definitely going to go on my keys.
Yeah, this is definitely going to go on my keys. I've had my remove before flight one on my keys now for as long as I can remember. But actually, this is very, very cool. I like that. I like that a lot. That's pretty good. So thank you very much, Les, for doing that for us and the team. Very, very nice indeed. But yes, good job.
Thank you, Les.
Very, very much.
Yeah. I'll dish them out when I see everybody, Les.
Yes. Can you send one down to me? Then I can give it to...
Yeah, I'll chuck it in here.
We wonder.
Just for
oh,
Phil,
look, my helicopter's arrived. Today, yes.
So that'll keep me busy.
You might be wondering why I've got that. It's because I am going to build it. So we've got it in for actually me. We are thinking about doing a pre-order for them, though, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah, because of the nature of the kit and everything else. I think what Andy's going to do is for the members is we're going to put a pre-order up for this one, the Ocean Hawk and the Night Hawk, is it?
Mm-hmm.
We can't get hold of the other one, the Black Hawk and the other one. So we'll do these as a pre-order, and if anybody's interested, we can get them in.
Yeah.
So just gives a shout up. So, and it's done by the Fly Girl Painter, that one. Look,
it is, yeah, no, it is.
I follow her on Instagram.
She's done them all of the ones.
Brilliant.
It's all hers.
Really
yeah.
So some nice schemes in that. So, and I mean, we was discussing this before we came on. Obviously, what we have to pay is a bit more than what you'd have to pay if you get them out of somewhere else in China. But if you're interested, we can get them. So, like I say, Andy will put a pre-order up and whack your name down on them. So,
and our price will be inclusive of VAT, and you'll not get any postage.
Any import
you won't get import duty on top. So yes, but I'm going to build that one, to be honest, because we sort of discussed this the other week, and I was saying I quite fancy doing that kit because I sort of skipped the Black Hawk, the Army Air Force version. So I thought what we'd do is have a go at that one, because I'm a bit of a fan of the B. So I'm probably going to do that along with my Zero for the Navy one. So that'll be a busy couple of months.
That's full on, isn't it?
So well, going to be done. It'll be fine. I'll be on a roll by that time in my life. It'll be great. Anyway, good afternoon to everybody on there. Very foggy in Sweden. Had to keep to the speed limit driving home from work. Brilliant. Remember, it's a speed limit, not a target. Really? I thought it was the other way around. Phil and team, been a numpty and forgotten to put a card in my camera, so I've missed a fair amount of work from the turkey shoot photo build. Can I still post them at the remaining steps? Well, we won't believe you for a minute because there's no evidence, but yes, of course you can. So what we'll do at the end of today's show, we'll have a look round at your work as well, because I know a lot of you have been doing it today. I had a look in the forum earlier, so there's plenty of stuff going on in there. So yes, definitely we will be up on there.
Robert's saying the sound's echoing badly.
Matt might have a tiny bit of echo, but that's only because we've got an issue. But we shouldn't have massive echo.
Yeah, I can't plug my lab mic in today because I'm on the laptop, and as soon as I did that, it cuts the sound from me listening to these lot. So sorry
Is
if
anybody else
mine's
getting
I'm
feedback,
on
or is this regional? Can we get a yes/no on the? Sometimes we get a little bit of feedback warble, but not normally.
Good,
Just,
we've got a minute lag, haven't we, sir?
So just
wait,
answer
wait a
Jez.
minute now. I keep forgetting about the lag now. I think it's instant.
Just answer Jez on our chat that yes, there is the pre-order up for the Panzer III, isn't there? RFM Panzer III, Andy?
Sorry, go on, say that again. I'm reading the chat, waiting for them to come through.
Pre-order for the Panzer III's up in it.
It is, yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is Jez because he's asking. So.
Yeah. Oh no, he says ignore him. It's his fault. Don't tell me you got two windows open. Which I'll be honest with you, Rob, I've done that as well sometimes. I've literally been here and I've got it on a second monitor behind the screen and I've got a really bad echo. And actually it's because it's playing on the other one as well and I haven't noticed.
Yeah, it's got two sessions open by accident.
Yeah, Matt's going to have a little bit of an echo. You're going to have to put up with that today, guys. But yes, apart from that. But anyway, we're all moving on, as you might remember from last night. I'm doing this little chappy here. So I can show you, where's my close up? This is he. And you might notice I put some fins on this one just to move this one along so it can be drying and doing things. So this is the little guy I've built. He's still got a few more bits to go in there, his teeth and that, but I need to paint him before I can put his teeth in and that. I'm a bit worried about doing his eyes because I'm not a painter. And I thought it'd be a decal, and it isn't. So that'll be fun. But this is where we are on this one. And then what I'm going to do is show you a bit of seam scraping today, because it's my newfound thing. I love seam scraping. I've got right into it now. I'm like a Japanese Mr. Miyagi. But it's really straightforward, very easy. So in a minute, I'll show you about seam scraping and polishing and cleaning up your seams and things like that. Because on this as well, it's quite important because you don't need these big seams down in here, because if you leave them in there, they're going to be very noticeable. So we'll show you about those. Hence why he hasn't got his eyebrows on, so it's easier to do that as well. So that's what I'm working on. What are you working on then, Matt? You better get a briefing in there and tell them which one.
We need a public vote, don't we?
So we're having a public vote now.
So shout up in chat, so I can either do the Lotus or the C9.
Yes.
So shout up in chat and we'll see which one wins, and that's what I'll attempt to do in the next couple of days. So yeah, there you go.
Yes. So basically, you just put up Heli or Lotus.
Yeah.
So,
and do it quick because I need to get started because I'm behind everybody else.
Absolutely. And Andy, how are you doing?
Fine. I'm just sanding my wheels, in case you're wondering what I was doing down here.
Well, we were a little bit concerned, clearly.
So
hours.
I mean, exactly how it was last night. So the chassis is pretty much built up with its weight in it. The top is pretty much all finished off.
I think the Lotus won, but don't you?
I don't know, actually. In here, there's lots of chopper. But they've got I tell you what, I think you have to build both. Actually, a lot of them put in both.
Heli.
But a lot of it is Heli on the YouTube. Do you know what? It's probably, I would say, almost 50-50 that. That's pretty well split.
Do you know what? I'm going to build a figure instead.
Hold on, I'll do a quick thing. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so it's 16 on here for that. Let me go back the other way, and then it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no, it's more Heli.
Is it all Heli?
It's more Heli on YouTube land. What was it on?
Ours, it's probably more Lotus in the other one. But I must admit, there are a couple of votes for the Bison.
You're gonna have to count our chat, somebody. You're gonna have to do our chat.
Yeah.
I said more. 1, 2.
Now you've got more Lotuses actually coming in on the YouTube. The last 3 have been Lotuses.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It keeps moving all the time.
I think the Lotus has won because his load's coming through. Yeah. I'm doing the lotus.
Well, I think you should start on the lotus
I
and do the
think
helis.
that's one I've just been thinking is loads.
Mhm.
I'll do the lotus. I'll do this for something else. I'll do this. It's navy, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll fit something else in or do a thingy because I did actually fancy building that. I think it's quite cool. I do like this, but I'll do the lotus.
All right, fair enough.
Sorry, helicopter peoples.
Cool.
Right.
Good-o. Remember, if anybody's got any questions, feel free to post up. If we missed your question because the chats are moving all the time, don't think we're ignoring it. Just post it again. That's probably the easiest way, because obviously we're a little bit head down as doing this. So that's where it just gets a little bit. But I know some people get frustrated because they think we're not answering your question and we're deliberately ignoring it or whatever. Honestly, it's not. It's just a case of we do it. Oh, I need to be in Flash. I can do that too. Hold on. Where's my Flash mode? Hold on. That's it. I can do that as well. Hold on. Can you do that? Can you move yours around as well? Look.
Yeah. Apparently they're demanding a recount.
Yeah, that's
and say it's been fixed.
To be honest, I was hoping to do the helicopter. But the public has spoken.
As your turkey, you should build the Bandai Perfect Grade Morellian Vulcan. I've done it. I've done that. That was the first one this year. Well, second one this year that I did. Yes, that was my second build of the year, that was.
You never know, I might get through the Lotus quick. It's only like, look, that's it.
I was going to say, it's not a lot to it, is it?
No. I'll tell you what, next vote will be colour. And if anybody puts chrome...
Yeah, we want it a polished...
It ain't happening.
Yeah, we want polished aluminium effect, thank you. Right, shall I start with full camera with me? And what I'll do is I will do a quick run through about scrape cleaning. Okay, and then what we'll do is during the show, we'll move around with the other guys. Let me just move me over here a little bit more so I'm out of the way. Hold on, where's my thing? Oh, Jesus, wrong way. There you go. We want to go there. And we want to go, oh, there you go. That'll do. Right, okay, so as you can see down in here is our little man. And then what we can do is if we be clever, we'll try and go closer. There we go. So you've got your little guy just down in here like this. And so we've got a seam line running right down under here. So this is, and don't ask me the part number, Matt will know off the top of his head, or Andy will. Which one's this one?
That is a 7.6, I think.
Right, okay. So basically it's got the curve of the blade both sides. It's a bit one-sided, so it's flat this side and it's a little bit knifed on this side. But the great thing about it, it's nice and small. It fits very comfortable in the hand and everything. So especially if you've got like a raised bit of detail just here, the great thing about scrape cleaning is you can just come along and you just literally lightly, not pushing too hard, just back and forth motions, and you can go right up to the said line and you've taken out the actual panel line. So the glue's gone and everything else. So if we just do it down in here, it happens very quickly. I know it's because it's good. Okay, and then down in here, there's a couple of things you want to remember. One is make sure your glue's dry. Okay, so make sure that you haven't got a little bit of soft glue, because otherwise you will go down through it. And also don't push too heavy. I found the lighter you are, the better you go. The great thing is, you can probably see here, your panel line is unaffected. When you're scrape cleaning, it acts like a natural stop, and you'll just go up and actually stop in it. Okay, so this is this one, all right? So if you were being sanding wise, normally you would sort of come in like this, but you're going to lose that panel line. So that's the great thing. And also you can make it quite localized in its dealings with it. So I use it for getting rid of the big bit of the damage. This is actually quite flat here, but we've still got a seam running down in here. So we'll do it again, just in here and again. So you're going to go for a little bit of the curve because obviously we're on a flat surface. Okay, and we're just going to go across. So this just takes off the height end and the other bit, but you can see you're just taking off barely anything at all, but it's keeping it all quite nice. You're not like rounding off the edges at the sides and stuff like that. So you can come in and obviously you can do it towards you, have the blade that way, or you can do it away from you, or you can just sort of go up and down in one. Okay, and literally we just go up and down. I'm just going to do this front area. And again, it works equally well in very rounded areas. So you're not going to flatten it off because you're not taking that much off. Okay, so once you've got it in like that, I literally just come along with a sponge. Okay, and we're just going to give it a bit of a rub, and then we're just going to come in up here. And again, not pushing or anything too heavy. And then over these, and it takes it out. And then if you want to, and I have one here somewhere, here we go. If you want to, you can use like one of the polishing type ones. Sorry, one of the polishing ones here, and you can just come in and take it back to very, very nice, smooth plastic. Okay, we're just going to pop in here. Go around the front. And again, it's one of those, you're just taking your time, but how now we've got rid of the seam. So it's very nicely done, nice and no damage. So you've still got perfect panel line. We've still got the little bolt head back here, which obviously might have sanded off if I've done it the other way, so forth and so on. Again, sometimes it's a little bit more tricky when it's on a flat edge. So you just want to, you know, just put the curve of it on there. So you're just taking off the very top bit. But if you wanted to, you can, the more you angle it, obviously the sharper the cut you'll get. But again, don't push. Just like when you're sanding, like I always say, is literally let it do the work. Don't push down on it. Okay, and you're just looking for that difference. At the moment, you probably see it shiny. So we just want to go down to that point where it's all matte finish. So you know you're right on the flatted area, like it's starting to go now. But I must admit, I've got into this scrape cleaning a lot. And I know in obviously the Far East, they do scrape cleaning is pretty much standard before they'll come in and do anything else. And I sort of get it now. Whereas before I didn't really get it. You think, oh, just use a sander. But it's a great way of removing a lot of material without causing too much damage anywhere else. So again, like in these areas down in here, you can just whittle it away. And obviously, if you really push down, you can take off quite a bit and remove a lot. But if you're doing it quite slowly, I'll do it like that. And obviously, I'll come on with the medium one. A bit of a clean up. So 45 degrees with your sanding. Over the eyes. Just a bit behind his neck. Just in between here. And then I'll just come in just to finish off. One in there. One in there. And then again.
Three.
Just at the top. And over here.
7.
And there it is. Taking care of all your areas. And again, it was quite a nasty one just in here, but that's all gone now. So you're absolutely fine with it. You can just then, if you wanted to, go straight into your primer or your next levels and stuff like that. But it's so much easier because the trouble is you tend to find if you're using sanders, and obviously depending on your grit, so like the white one down in here, obviously it'd be very coarse, but even in these, you're going to make damage, but also you're going to flat spot. Where with this, because you're doing it very lightly, you're literally just taking off the edge. But it's great for like, if you've got like burring lines on these, you can just literally give it a little rub and you make no real damage. But you can also use the pointy end and you can get right into various areas if you wanted to get out. You can also use it physically for cutting. I won't do it on this one, but you can literally just come in and nick out bits as well. So you can actually use these with a blade. Some of them, like the display one, to be honest, is a bit more lethal because this thing is properly sharp. And you can cut with it and you can carve and all the rest of it. But again, it's just as nice for coming in tiny little areas. But this one, because of its thinness, is probably better off in very small areas. So yes, that's how I go about doing scrape cleaning. But as I said, it's been somewhat of a thing I've been picking up over the last year. And it's really handy. So if you've got like a step and there's a proper step into it, literally you can just come along then, pop it in, scrape it all the way out, polish it up, clean it up, but you've made no damage anywhere else. Where with a sander, you might have to be rocking it so you don't get a flat spot on that. And if you've got very fine details running down the side of it, like riveting details, or like you've got small panel lines, or even raised details, you're not going to destroy it, because obviously if you've got a line of raised rivets each side of it, they're going to go when you sand it. But with a scrape cleaner, you can get right in there and take it out and get rid of them all. Even though a skinny sander won't do as much damage as perhaps a big one would, you know, it's still one of those areas where you don't want to make any damage because you've only got to put it all back. So anytime you can spend not having to replace detail, so a little bit more time spent just whittling away with one of these, is a little bit better. There we go. That's how I do it. You guys done much scraping?
Bought the company.
I've always, to be honest with you, from day one, so I always used a blade to scrape clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, my standard blade and what have you. Then it was just like something I was always taught to do. Yeah, just like always to just use your standard blade. But don't know. I mean, when I first started, it was blades and sandpaper, so it was probably easier to scrape clean, you know, than using a piece of sandpaper. So
yeah,
don't know.
And
yeah,
I thought it was a plane and a bit of wood.
You used to have a mallet.
I still got the hammer.
When Andy was at school, they still had chalk and slate, wouldn't it? So Matt's using one there. His is the single edge one.
Yeah.
So they do it in two flavours. Mine's the double edge one. Looks like an arrowhead, like this. But if you look at Matt's got just its on one side as well. There you go. He's got both in there. Well, is that your dodgy camera angle? They changed the colour on the handles because mine's green. Yours is blue.
Yeah, no, mine's green. It's green, right. It's just the lighting in it. There's 3 versions anyway, because there's a more pointy one, which is
the
more
sharp one.
Sharp and carving, really, which I use. I've got one that I use on my figures.
Yeah,
it's brilliant for removing the seam lines and, you know, just carving in detail on plastic figures for sharpening up sort of collars and folds and pockets and stuff. So they are brilliant tools, to be honest. Like I say, I first got into them when I seen some Japanese modeler using them on a YouTube channel I was watching. I was like, oh, they look good. And, you know, one of them in it. So, and now Trumpy do them. They're really useful. Quite like these green handles as well, because the other one I've got is like the black handled one.
Yeah.
The original, but they've changed them all now, because the original one that we used to stock, they've changed them all to green, where it used to come with black. Well, one of these grippy things, whatever you call them, but yeah, good bit of kit, definitely useful for the toolbox, I think.
Yes, and also it's one of those tools will last you a lifetime. You know, that's the thing as well. You're going to buy once, and that will be it. Like seriously, because I don't imagine it's ever going to go blunt. Not for this type of work. You know, unless you're whittling away something rock hard with it. But you should be absolutely fine with it. But yeah, I just think since like that one, I really like it as well because the handle is like a pen. So it's very easy and it's ergonomic to hold it and when you're whittling away with it and stuff like that. Where some of them can be a little bit chunky. So yes.
They can. You are correct.
Matt can build the Lotus if he sits in the Lotus position to build it. Does he bend still? Are you still flexible?
Not too bad, actually.
I must admit, I did this thing the other day where I actually sat in the Lotus position, which I didn't even think I could do it. I was watching Gogglebox or something and they were doing it. And I was like, I don't know, I'll give it a whirl. I haven't done it in like 30 years. And I did. I was surprised I was so flexible.
I could do it. I'd never get back up again.
Yeah, that's it. You pop a hip.
It'd involve an ambulance to get me back up.
This is it. See, look. Don't even need a sander. Sacrilege. I know, terrible, isn't it? It just shows you what a bad person I am. He owns a sander company and then pushes other products. I don't know how to do it, really.
You mentioned anything about sanders or?
I don't know. To be honest, they have removed it, so.
It might just worth mentioning that there's only certain places you get them from.
Okay. All right. Let me go full screen. I'll bring it to their attention. Right. Okay. It's brought to my attention earlier on today that there was a said company on a said site who were selling Flory Models sanders. Clearly, they were fake. I have spoken to them. I've spoken to legal side of it as well and everything else, and they have cease and desist and remove them all from their site. But just to be known that if it doesn't have Flory Models written on it, it's probably a nail file out of China, which is cheap and crappy. You know, as I say, we've spent a lot of money on these, invested in them and all the rest of it to make a good quality product. So at the end of the day, there is lots of companies out there that will flog you very cheap stuff, but they were actually using the company logo, the company pictures. They'd scanned them all off of our website and were then saying they were Flory Models. So they were sent a notice today, and they have removed them. They have gone straight away. I'll give them their due. But just be mindful that there's only a handful of places in the world you can get the sanders. Obviously, direct from me. You can get them from PM Models. You can get them from High Altitude Hobbies in the US, which are US stockists. Brett will be on tomorrow. And obviously, you can get it from Brevco in the Netherlands, which hopefully will be our European distributor from now on. So that's where you can get them. You can't buy them for anywhere else. So if you see Flory Model sanders for sale through anybody else, they're not mine. So yes, just to be mindful about that one. Well, it is that thing, isn't it? But I don't mind if people, you know, copy the said product, but when they blatantly try and say it is your product, it gets a bit nippy, isn't it? It's I think that's overstepping the mark when a company will nick your logo and all your images, and then you look at the sander and clearly it's a 5p sander. You know, that's the trouble. I don't know what the official name for the display one is. Hold on. I might still have the box. That's not. Can't remember what it was called. I can't remember what they called it, if it was called a carving bit, but yeah, they do one as it literally looks like a spike. You know, they do this one, which is a triangle, which is 3-sided blade, so you can actually carve with it. And I think they did another one, but I can't remember what that one was.
It was lethal, that's what it was.
Eh?
It was lethal.
It was lethal. Well, it was when you kept putting it up, right? So yes, they had, if it's in here with the, yeah, there it is. So yeah, it does come with, there's a chisel point for it. It looks like one is like a, well, the best, I assume it's supposed to be a scribing bit or something. They do one which is just literally a point, and then they do this one as well, which is called a carving needle. That's it. So you buy it separately for it. Plastic carver and carving needle, etc. So
Carving
yes.
needle, that's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. It's quite a handy tool, I must admit. If you need to get in tiny bits to get in there, then
yeah.
It is quite handy for getting into the little tiny bits. That's for certain.
They told me this before, I just stuck it on.
What you done?
They said, oh, for God's sake, I can't get the shockers on there. Bloody hell, I could have done it if you had stuck this part on. Don't trust Premier instructions building this. Put the shockers on first and then
Oh, that's it. Bad workman.
Oh, I always copy it when I do these sort of things.
Especially when you're doing it live, no pressure.
And that's what I mean. You do it at home, it doesn't matter, does it? Stop putting camera on and that's it, all goes to pot. This is where it pings off my tweezers and just, yeah, that's not going to work. It's going to fly across the workshop. Right, okay. rethink this. I'll tell you what. No, that's not going to work. Tell you what, Lotus, lots of trouble, usually serious. They're right. Anyway, this helicopter, I think I'm starting it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I think the helicopter won.
Tomorrow afternoon, he'll be doing helicopter.
Yeah, on the recount, the helicopter won.
Then he'd be cursing at it, trying to get the clear parts on.
Don't forget, do you know what? They missed a trick, because there were no mass set for that either, so I would have had to manually do it.
Yes.
So I'm glad the Lotus won.
He says.
Yeah, they're saying you should have built the heli. It does make you wonder, though, some companies, when they do the instructions, like I said before, who the hell works out the instructions? They pay, apparently, specific people to do the instructions. Well, clearly they're not the people who ever build it.
No.
Step 2, put all the pitot tubes on. Yeah, because they're going to stay on it for the rest of the build.
Yeah.
Yeah, bugger, come on. Yeah. Aha. Tweezers. Sorry if I'm on camera, everybody. I just need to try and see what I'm actually doing.
Yes, the company, what they were doing, when they were using not even our sanders, but they were using our name, our product numbers and everything, and our grits and everything. So they obviously just copy and pasted it off of our website. So basically you thought you were buying a Flooring Models product, and when you got it, you'd have had something else. That's what the story was. But anyway, it's gone now and it's no longer available. So at least they've done it. That's fine. As I say, it doesn't have to go any further now.
Mm.
Plastic Modeller's even bought a mast set for his Argosy.
Who?
The Plastic Modeller, he says he's even bought a mast set for the Argosy.
Why, so somebody do one?
I don't know.
That'd be a game changer, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, it'd make that kit so much easier to build. It would just fall together. Now it's got a mast set. You got a pair of gardening gloves to handle the sprue.
That mean you're going to build it then, Matt?
Nope.
Yeah, that's it now. You can build it now, Matt.
Nope.
No excuses now. Right, let's get some eyebrows on. Which is what I should have done last time, to be honest, because I put the eyebrows on before I did the centre seam. So it made it a bit of a nightmare to get the centre seam in. Scale Hanger 182. Hi guys. Hello.
Hello. Ah. Cracked it.
You sorted it now? Worked it out?
Yeah. Cracked it. Bet yours is about ready for paint, isn't it?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I've got two, don't forget, which makes it twice as bad.
Oh, twice the work.
I got twice the work, yeah. So, yes, we should be, I think, tomorrow we'll work our way through. I just don't know, as I say, I quite like the box art way of doing it in that traditional, you know, with the ghost grey and the white. Because obviously it is a Tomcat missile. As far as I know, it was only ever carried by the Tomcat, unless anyone knows different. I know there was a rumour going around once about another aircraft carrying it, but I don't think it did because of the launch radar for it. I think it's only the Tomcat carried it.
So, couple of things. Am I going to have workable steering and also make the wheels go round? No, Paul, I'm not.
Radio
And
control.
Lynn's asked, why do you think that car models seem to always be in white plastic?
Because it's a good base colour to start with, isn't it? I would have thought.
Yeah, but yeah.
I'm guessing, clearly, but
I don't know. That's actually a really good question, you know, because I don't know, to be honest. Again, you're going to normally prime it and stuff, don't you, and paint it, so I don't know. I have no idea why they mould them in white. Don't know.
Bill, get Scale Hanger on. Who's Scale Hanger?
Get him off.
Get him on, apparently. Who's Scale
Get him
Hanger?
on. It's thingy, innit?
Who's Scale Hanger?
Met-
So
met
that's the
him at
trouble with
Telford.
YouTube as a whole. You don't know who anybody is.
Comes with his girlfriend.
Who?
Comes with his girlfriend to Telford.
Oh, right. Yeah, well, that limits it. What's the real name?
He likes to tack a paint, so that's good.
Yes, nothing wrong with Hataka Lakos.
Oh, it has got posable steering. That's quite good.
There you go. Things that make you go, Hold on, we don't want that close. That's a bit too in your face.
I presume you cannot glue the wheels on. Normally they're not a bad fit actually from Tamiya kits. They just push on, don't they? But
Yeah.
it's not like I'll be like rolling it round on the carpet road, is it?
So you're not going to drive it around your desk and make the noises. Mind you, it's a Lotus, so it'll probably be on the back of a recovery truck. If you wanted to make it authentic, it's being towed by an AA van.
I think they spend more time in people's garages than they do actually on the road, don't they?
I think so. So
Shame, because they do some very pretty cars.
yeah.
None of them you'd be able to get into.
I was going to say, the last time I had to go in a Lotus was somebody's little Elise, and I came out on my hands and bloody knees.
Yeah, they're not very elegant, are they, to get in and out of?
I said, a good job I wasn't wearing a skirt.
That's why they do it. Curvy, aren't they?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, trust you, Jez, to notice that as well.
What's that?
Can't tell you on here, but yeah, it's Jez. He's just looking at our chat. Reet.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I get you.
We hear you, Jez, we hear you.
Yeah, we know. I was going to get Andy to do the same thing.
think I need to look in the chat. See what I'm agreeing to. Where's the chat gone?
You lost chat.
Oh, yeah.
Right, Martin has put, hi, I want to start spraying lacquer paints in the near future. I've ordered I've ordered 3M face, a mask set, but it will be a while before I can get a spray booth. Do you think I should wait for the booth before spraying said paints? I would say yes, I'd hang on if you're going to get a, yeah, definite.
Again, I think it's one of those things, isn't it, where, you know, obviously anything is better than nothing, but if you're going to get a spray booth, just hold off and then you'll be fine. You know, I know a lot of people call spray booths a luxury, but honestly, I don't think they are, because you just have one, buy a nice one, you'll be set for life and you'll be good to go.
I could say your lungs are a lot more of a luxury.
Yeah. Yeah, the big thing is with the spray booth is that, you know, health side apart from it as well, because clearly, you know, you don't want to be breathing in that rubbish, but also you will cut down a massive amount of dust in your environment. You'll notice you don't have to dust your models every other week. You know, so they're quite good from that point of view as well.
Andy don't know that problem, do you, mate?
No, that's because he's done dust.
That's because he's got shell.
Is Shell going to get this bonus, Andy? I saw it on Sky News this morning. Apparently all Amazon people are getting massive bonuses because of all the money they've made. Has he muted himself?
Has he muted himself? I think he's muted himself.
I did as well. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, cheers, and yeah.
All
It's not
good.
massive, it's 300 quid, isn't it? So.
Where are we going?
I can say, Andy, what you spent it on?
I did say to her, I said I'll find something to spend it on.
He's always at work, so.
Right, dog collar on. Right. See, look, now we've got all these little bolts to go on. Everyone says this is an easy kit. Look at these little guys. We're putting in individual bolts. So we need waxy pencil. Probably should have done this bit off camera.
You what?
It's not as boring to watch, putting bolt heads on.
You might find it
Highly
very...
detailed Phoenix missile.
This is that ASMR stuff that we're doing.
The what?
Oh, that relaxing stuff that people watch, innit?
All right. Do we need some relaxing whale music or something then?
I don't just need Andy to sing in the background.
Go on, Andy, give us a tune.
I get demonetized, not because of my singing.
Put the theme tune on in the background.
We've got about 10 versions of it. One of them's like, you know, quite an odd one. It's not like the original. It's like the remix version of it, but it's really slow. And it's like not good, not compared to the normal one.
Oh, is it not more relaxing?
Well, no, it's just odd.
It's just odd.
It's one of those, like, when you buy an album, you think, why is this track on it? Because it's
Just
crap.
filler.
Yeah, but it's so crap. You're like, how did you ever think that this should be even on an album?
So I can fire up my Spotify if you want.
Oh, God.
Throw some shapes.
Techno.
It's not that bad.
Or as my other half calls it, electric shit. It's not electric shit. You're in my car. My rules.
She does have AC/DC as a ringtone. Is it AC/DC she has?
Yeah, she has a bit of everything on. Yeah.
Is that for a ringtone, isn't it? She has something.
Yeah.
I'm thinking what it is.
Ooh, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
You're getting it.
Yep, I've only got a handful of bolts to go.
What's happening in chat? Somebody was asking earlier about what you think to the Meng Hornet.
Yeah, we said just it yesterday's show, wasn't it? From what I can see, it actually looks all right. It's got everything that ticks my boxes, so I'm in hope that it's actually going to be all right.
Your man say that's an Hornet.
Well, yeah, I am completely biased when it comes to Hornets, but no, generally, honestly, I think it's one of those ones. It looks to be a genuine sort of Block 3 type, which is nice because all the other ones out there, as I said before, they're very early Hornets, so most of them, even the Hasegawa's got like the wrong cockpit now, and there's more things wrong with it than right.
Yeah.
And you can get lots of aftermarket stuff to fix it, and you can get cockpits and all the pipes and the various bits and pieces to make it good, but it's a lot of flapping around. So it's nice to have one that's up to date. So I'm happy.
Well,
Looking at the pictures, and obviously you can't see much on there, but looking at it, it looks good. It doesn't look like there's anything obvious where you think, like, why have you done that? That's just wrong on every level. So that's good.
It's going to sell well, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, again, they'll get plenty of mileage, I think, out of that kit.
Yeah.
So the question is, how comes I've got a bolt over?
Spare.
But it doesn't make sense. Pretty sure the other one didn't have a spare. Don't know. Why have I done that? Perhaps it does come with a spare. I just never noticed on the last one. Oh. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, winglets on. And no, the acrylic hasn't turned up yet, so I've got one more day to get the acrylic to turn up tomorrow.
I thought it was supposed to be today.
Well, yeah, I know, they said to me it'd be today, but clearly it hadn't turned up. And it's coming in the normal post, so I'm blaming Mr. B. Comrade Buller's fault. Because clearly if it's in the post system, it's up to him.
Yeah.
Don't care where it's coming from.
Blame John.
We can blame John, yeah. Right. Let me turn down. So. Right, okay.
Just while I remember, for everybody watching or will be watching, tomorrow from what time we're doing? 2 o'clock are we starting tomorrow?
Yeah, 2 till 5 tomorrow afternoon.
From 2 o'clock tomorrow till what time we finish Sunday night, whatever time that is, we will be doing a sale of kits.
We're having a flash sale.
We're having a bit of a flash sale. We've had some more of our damaged boxes in as well.
Yeah.
So me and Andy's going to sort all that out tomorrow and set it up. So yeah, from 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon till when we finish, there's going to be a bit of a flash sale on. So
cool.
Anybody's interested?
Good.
It will be on kits as well, not paint or anything. It's just going to be kits. So
yes.
Just pre-warn you, but yeah. I've got that in my head now, you blooming Tamsin ring thing.
What is it?
I can't remember what it is now.
Go and ask her. It's annoying.
I'll ring her, shall I? And it'll go off.
Yeah. We could do that, name that tune. Yeah, ring her.
Yeah.
See if it goes off, and then we can have a bit of a quiz.
It is.
Hey,
It's da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's that one.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the YF-12. I don't think it was the AIM-54, was it? It was like the predecessor to the AIM-54, the normal Phoenix. It was a different one, wasn't it? I think it was a... It's very short-lived.
What was?
Eh? Well, the Phoenix missile, I was saying, I don't think it was carried by anything else. I know somebody said once that the Vigilante carried it, and I did look it up, because not that I was saying it was wrong, but I'm pretty sure it never did, and it carried it apparently as a prototype, and they had the radar system fitted to the Vigilante before it went into the F-14, but it was only ever a prototype. It was never designed to carry it in operational use.
That was a big plane, wasn't it?
Yeah, wasn't it the Vigilante? It was the largest carrier-borne strike aircraft.
Yeah.
Because it is a lump and a half, that thing.
Yeah.
Because apparently they have the bomb bay thing for it is in the centre between the engines, like a tube, isn't it? And when they used to get launched from the carrier, they used to have a nasty habit of leaving them behind. They'd fall out the back with the sheer lumph of trying it, because they used to have to put so much oomph to get it off the carrier that the internal fuel tanks used to pop out as well. Hey, look, we're not slagging off AC/DC. There's nothing wrong with a bit of AC/DC. It's in my car. I'll tell you what I've got into recently, we're discussing here about electric stuff, is sort of 80s electric stuff in quite a way, like the drive ones from like Time Cop and stuff like that. And there's like Michael Cassette on, if you look him up on YouTube, he does some good stuff as well. Like
no, what you need to watch is the RMC. What used to be the Retro Man Cave, he's changed it and he does all old PCs and all sorts. He's quite good.
Yeah. We'll have to have a go at that then.
Museum or something. But he has some, yeah, because he just restores like old computers and game systems and goes over, you know, it's really quite retro. Very good. I keep threatening to get the Super Nintendo down from the loft, see if it still works.
I've got my Amiga 500 upstairs gathering dust.
I have still got a Spectrum 48, I think. I don't know if that'll work now. Like I said, I sold my Mega Drive. No, I didn't. I sold my Master System. I think I've still got a Mega Drive.
Phil, what is your favourite airbrush for spraying? To be honest, it's my daily driver at the moment, which is my this one, which is my 270, which is the what are they called?
Procon.
Procon, that's the one, not Brocon. Procon. Only because, to be honest, this is, I would have to say, and again, this is sort of hand on the heart, probably the best airbrush I've had, and its bang for buck is amazing, because I'm still on my original needle and nozzle set. We're into probably year 3 with it, and I've never taken the nozzle off yet. I know I've been spraying a lot of lacquer through it recently, but it still has acrylics going through it. It still has enamels going through it, and everybody else's. But it really is a good, solid workhorse. It's one of those airbrushes, you pick it up and it works. Never get needle lock in it ever, which I used to get all the time with the H&S brushes, but I think that's something to do with the triple seal system. And generally really nice. It's got a built-in MAC valve. This is the 0.2 version, which is absolutely fantastic. You got a needle lock at the back, which is great for lacquers, so you can tone it down a bit. But yeah, really is very, very nice airbrush. Do like it. And I think really for the money, how much are they going for now? Do we know? About 100 quid? 112?
About, yeah, something like that.
But this outperforms my Infinity, I would say. You know, and you think the Infinity at the moment is what, 220, something like that.
Yes, they've really gone up.
So yeah, but really, really is good airbrush. Solid. That's what I like about it. It's absolutely bulletproof. So.
It is. Do you know what I've actually been using? I have to say, my Badger Renegade Chrome at home.
Yeah.
And I like it. I do actually like it. I've had it years and never used it. And I thought I'll start using it. And I think it's an alright airbrush. Very chunky, very agricultural, but it's refined at the same time, if that makes sense. It's a bit... It's a nice airbrush to be, Well,
again, I suppose that's how you could also describe the Procon as well. It's a good, solid airbrush. It doesn't feel like you're going to break it.
Yeah.
You know? Whereas, as I say, you can get some airbrushes and you're just a little bit worried that you might break it. But definitely not that one. But honestly, I just... there's lots of airbrushes out there and you could pay 500-600. I've got £400-500 airbrushes down there, and I often think, why? I can't understand why they're so much, because it certainly doesn't make you a better airbrusher, that's definite. And I think it's that thing when you're new to airbrushing, you often hear people tout that thing about you pay for what you get, buy once, buy right type thing, and all the rest of it. But airbrushes, I think it is definitely down to personal taste. I think it's just one of those ones where you want to, if you can, have a go with them, see how you get on with the said airbrush, and then make your choice from there. But, with that Procon, though, I think originally they were about £85, weren't they?
Something like that.
A few years ago. And for that money, it's an absolute bargain. It's ridiculously cheap. And it's a really, really good solid airbrush. It's a good workhorse. But you can go down and do the finest of details, no problem whatsoever. Really is good. Is that Andy?
Sorry.
Or is that a train?
That's a train.
That's a train. I was just thinking, actually, after it went through, I thought, is that the 3 o'clock to Doncaster going through?
You say what time? Yeah, it's a 3 o'clock to Sheffield or Leeds or something. I don't know wherever it goes. But there's nobody on it. So, what's happening in chat? I can see Andy's fingers moving. I know. Andy, move your camera. Cause
yeah, look, we're only watching your fingers. There you go, that's it.
I'm doing
I'll get him trained.
Yeah, but I need to get my head over it now so I can see what I'm doing.
Adam says, what are you circling on your instructions, Matt?
What, sorry?
What are you circling on your instructions?
Oh, it's just what parts I've used. Because I have a bit of a nightmare of starting, leaving stuff and then coming back to it and not knowing where I am. So I've started to just circle what I've actually stuck together or used. And it's just a nice way of keeping it all in order of what I'm doing.
Ken says the Navy version was the F111. Yeah, well, that got cancelled. So it's around the OG9 radar system. So that's why I was getting confused the last time, because somebody said a different aircraft did it, but I thought the Phoenix could only be fired by the OG9 radar. That was the whole point to it. It was all built around the radar. Mark says, what is the best AH-64 Apache out there? Any version? Haven't seen something in this line for ages. Ooh, there's a few options these days.
Odd choice, though.
It is. None of them, I would say, are brilliant.
No.
I think that's what the problem is. There's kits out there. You've got the Hasegawa one, you've got the Italeri one, you've got Academy's one. But the thing is, if you're looking for a modern longbow, for instance, it gets tricky, doesn't it?
Yeah, the Academy 72nd one's pretty good, I think. 48th is like, I think the Hasegawa one's probably the best one, but it's not the easiest to get hold of.
Yeah.
The thingy one's rubbish, isn't it? Italeri one's not great, is it?
I think it's a really old one that they just call it a longbow and stuffed a few bits in it, but it's clearly not. Again, it is. I would say the Hasegawa one's the best one. I built the Academy one. It's in the classic things from about 19 God, whenever I did it, 1996, 97, or whenever it is. So yeah.
Are you on about the 48th one?
Yeah.
I'm on about their new 72nd one because
Oh,
you've
right.
reviewed it. That's quite nice. 48th one, I think, is Hasegawa one, isn't it? Really, if you can get it, or a version of it.
Yes.
I tell you what, this blooming glue don't offset quick. It seems to like set on the brush.
Oh, using
that SD stuff, you know,
Yeah.
this purple top.
Yeah.
Blooming heck, it's proper fast.
Like quick dry.
It's quicker than quick dry because it seems like it's drying on the brush before you've even stuck it together.
The only trouble with that one, it doesn't reach the bottom of the brush.
Hey?
As you'll find out when you get near the end, I keep putting nuts and bolts in mine to bring it up because the brush doesn't reach the bottom even if you extend it.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do with mine is pour it into a dish and use it for thinning stuff.
Yeah, that's it. The guys are agreeing about the Procon. It is. For £100 airbrush, it really is a good solid airbrush. Hi guys, question. Italeri 70-second short Sterling Mark 1 has been discontinued for the Mark 4 is available. Do you know if the parts on the Mark 4 kit will make the Mark 1 version?
Don't think they will.
I don't know about a Sterling at all, I'm afraid. I'm not
Say,
up on
you know
that.
what? I'm going to say they're the Mark 1 bomber version, and they're the top and the glider tug one.
Yeah.
So they've dropped the bomber one and left the glider tug one. I don't understand that. There must be a reason around it, but God knows.
Well, that because of D-Day though.
I don't know. To be honest with you, like, Airfix need to tackle a Sterling. They need to do an Halifax in 1/72, and they need to do a Sterling.
Again, I thought Revell, when they brought out their new Halifax, were going to do all the different versions, but they never did. They only had the Mark 3 out, didn't they?
Yeah, which one is that? That's one you built, isn't it?
That's the one I built. I did the Mark 3 years ago, yeah. But they never did any other versions of it at all.
As far as I know, that's gone as well now.
Is it?
Because somebody messaged me a few weeks ago about can I get them, and I'm like, you know, normally I had a quick look round and can't get that anymore. So that'll be good for silly money on eBay. Like I say, these things they do a run of them for a few years and then they go. So God, got a sweat on Andy.
Yeah, look, Andy's broke my sweat.
It tracks.
Yeah, they're all right. You're going to fully weather them.
Yeah. So that's in 2 bits, so I can put them on. Because John was saying that he built his tank together and started doing the tracks, and he couldn't get the tracks on.
Oh, which reminds me, what were we discussing after we come off air last night, Andy, about the build?
I don't know. What was where? Jog our memory.
Jog our memory, Andy. Something about
Isn't
the
it-
top part of
Isn't
the
it
hull.
Elvis Presley, that song on Tamsa's thing.
No,
Yeah, it
we
is.
were talking about your tank kit that you're building,
No, I'm
Andy.
changing the subject.
I know you are. We're going back to it. Tell the boys and girls so they don't make the same mistake as you both did, you muppets.
There's the pod here.
Yeah.
That where the turret goes onto. Yeah. Underneath, there's a support. Now, all the other supports go one way around, so they go from thin to fat on the tank from outside to inside. I couldn't get this bit part on, and neither could John. It turns out both of us had actually put the support that goes underneath this side the wrong way around.
So Andy carved his to make it work.
I can't imagine that won't work.
But
I put mine on about half an hour before I realised. John did his at the same time and realised. So
John did it, and bearing in mind, just before we went on air, John said to Andy, "Don't do what I did." And then when we came off air, Andy was like, "I did what you did."
No. That was the tracks he was on about.
Oh, right.
Which is what I'm doing now. You see, I've done a completely different way. Whereas John was saying that John basically put his tank together like this, however it goes, and then tried to build his tracks up.
Mhm.
He couldn't get the tracks to fit,
Ah, right.
which makes sense because
I figured out what the song is. It's Bad to the Bone.
It is. Yeah, you're
that's
right.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's that by?
Who sings that?
Is it ZZ Top? No?
No, Bad to the Bone. Do. Who
Yeah.
sings that?
Can't remember.
I can't even now.
But yeah, that's a ringtone.
Yeah. We got there in the end. Bad to the Bone.
Oh, have a look at that video then, the 80s synth one. Apparently Gunship has done one with 109s versus Spitfires. Oh, have a look. What is the best modelling tools? Why is it the best modelling tools come from Japan? Because they've been doing it longer and they're like craftsmen. It's like buying a knife, isn't it? Sushi knife and things like that. You know, they just do it very, very well, but you do pay an absolute premium. Unless you're in Japan, and then they're quite cheap.
Yeah, but you just pay the premium.
Like, how much was Nathan's thing he was using last night? It wasn't cheap, was it?
Oh, the Mindshima, not Mindshima, Godan.
Yeah, the scribing thing.
Yeah.
That was
George Thorogood and the Destroyers.
Who? What?
Hey, who?
That's who that song's by.
Is it?
George
okay.
Thorogood and the Destroyers. Yeah.
Okay.
I believe you. Because I don't know any different. How old is it?
1982.
Is it?
Probably made famous by Arnie on his bike, wasn't it?
Yes, of
In
course.
Terminator.
Good point. Yeah.
That's where that comes from, where everyone will probably remember it from.
Yeah.
Are you sure though?
Oh, even Pete Paul's put up as well.
Oh, no train.
The bone. James says there's been a few of the 48 T55 bills on the forum. Why didn't John and Andy look at them first to get an idea of any issues?
Yes. Why?
Good point. Who knows?
Right, so I've now completed step 1 of my Angry Phoenixes. So basically, we are together.
Never an issue until you try it, though, is it?
So they've got a couple of teeth to go on still, but I'm going to paint it red behind before I put the white tooth on. That's the plan in there. To be honest, it looks like Molly when she's trying to savage you.
Apparently that song was in Christine.
Oh, was it? Fair enough.
Blimey, it's 3:15 already. Where's time going?
I know. Like last night, shot by. Absolutely shot by the show. I was like, what happened there? Like, seriously?
Hey, look, Flory Morg.
Oh. Oh, yeah, just to point out, everyone, they are back on sale again for the last. At the end of the weekend, that's it, they've gone.
Where's mine and Andy's?
Oh, don't panic. Yours, mate. Santa might be bringing yours.
Do we get special ones with our names on?
No, you bloody don't, not unless I Sharpie it on.
No.
Sharpie it on.
I can Sharpie it on if you want. In fact, I'll get Tams to Sharpie it on. They won't be able to read me writing.
I'm about to say, I've seen your handwriting.
So that's just giving you an idea now, isn't it?
Yes, it has now. Yeah, it won't be dishwasher safe. But yes, no, they are back up and available, members. I know loads of you have, because we had about 50 of you wanted after the first lot. So they are back up, but it will go down on Monday. That'll be the end for this year's 2021 mug, which looks just like that. So yes. Right, shall I just check in the forum? Don't know why I
So
turned
I'm
German.
keeping an eye on it.
Where
There
are
is
we?
2 questions in Ask Phil Tuesday.
Oh, is that right? I did clear all those out earlier, everyone.
Yeah, but one of them you've pretty much answered already today.
Oh, right, okay. Let's just have a quick look in here. John says, "Hi team, I'm looking to build the 148 scale fairy firefly." What's the one I've got? God, I can never find that boxing of it. Which is the one I've
Yeah.
got? Yeah, I've got the fairy firefly Mark 5. Which Mark 5 have you got, or which Mark? I see trumpet special hobby. I've done one. Which of the 2 kits would you recommend?
Right. I would definitely say the Trumpy one is easier to build. Because I think the one you've got's full of resin.
It is. Hold on, I'll just do a quick. There is a review up on this one.
There is. And I know friend of the show, Ivan's built the Trumpy one and he enjoyed it. So
you do get resin, exhausts, and you get the full wheel well bay.
Yeah.
Resin, as well as the rest of the kit.
I think the special op is obviously the more accurate and the nicer.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would always think that, to be honest with you, the I move these out of the way.
I've just thought of something, Phil.
Hey,
You could build that for the ICs.
I could.
Can
That's
you
what
do
another
wing
one to go
fold?
along with all the other ones I'm doing.
Can you do wing folding on any of them?
I don't know. You can't. I don't know on this one. I was just checking. I don't think you can.
You can't
That's
do it
that
on the
funny-
Trumpy one.
Yeah, because that's that funny fold back wing fold, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can't on this one either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't on the
Trumpy one.
Trumpy one.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, because this one. Actually, I could do this one for the Australian. Got Australian Navy.
Is it really?
Yeah. Ah, there you go. You might see this kit. I'll do it for the Australian version.
Oh, that'd be good though.
There you go. So yes. Personally, I think I'd rather go special hobby, but as you say, if you want ease of build, I'm sure the trumpeter one will probably go together a lot easier. Because it won't be quite as in-depth.
Yes.
Which is usual pretty much with everything.
It is. It is.
Jeff says, no question, just a big thank you. My mug arrived today, although I've been told I can't have it till Christmas. Oh. Hi, Phil, and to the team. Not a question, just a big thanks to say my mug has arrived safe and sound. Thank you very much. As you can see, my mug has come through, Phil. There you go.
Right. Question.
There we go.
What colour shall I paint it? And listen, before anybody goes British Racing Green, I can't. You're going to have to pick a colour out the LP range.
Right.
Cause
Can we have candy pink?
No. No. I can't.
I vote
Per
British
lesson.
Racing Green.
I was thinking matte black.
British Racing Green.
Shut up. You don't get to vote.
Everybody vote British Racing Green.
You can, but it's not going to be British Racing Green, so I won't waste time. Plus, I really don't like British Racing Green.
I think you should do it in metals as if it's having primer.
Do you know why I don't like British Racing Green? Because it always looks dirty. Even when it's clean and polished, it looks dirty. Yeah. So no, it's not going British Racing Green.
All right. Right, there's a couple of questions in here from the Tuesday show, so we might as well do them today because we're on a roll with everything. Sean says, hi guys, I've got my hands on a Great Wall Hobbies SU35. The decals look gorgeous, especially the religious icon. Which one's that?
I don't know about that.
You got that one handy? However, I hear that they are very thick and that microset and sole do not help to adhere them. Any suggestions? Well, you could go along up through the different strengths and you could end up with like alien blood and like that hygiena stuff. But like we said before, sometimes it's all about preparation of the surface, and then literally just give it, as many coats as it takes to get them to bed down. So sometimes it could take 10 coats over 2 days, to get it to go in.
Yeah. Or buy aftermarket.
You all go down the aftermarket route. I don't know about SU35s, if they're that prolific of sets are available for that.
See, Jess put up mica blue, and I was thinking mica blue. Yeah, mica blue. And no, I'm not doing an alley bonnet, a chrome bonnet.
They're saying on here, look, black with the gold lotus colours in F1.
I've only got a couple of days. I ain't got like.
Have we got pinstriping available option?
Well, I could get my Tamiya tape out and my little ruler and measure it.
Little Firebird on the bonnet, hand painted. Now you're a professional hand painter.
Lotus yellow. What colour's that then in an LP range?
What? LP8?
LP8. That'd be Lotus yellow, wouldn't it? So my plan is tonight, when I get back home, is to put some primer on it, get the prep thingy, and then tomorrow I will paint it live in the afternoon.
Right.
And then I can get the rest of the bits done tomorrow, like the interior. Wheels probably can be painted and thinged, and then Sunday will be assembly. That's my plan.
Cool.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, well, my plan tomorrow is to get this in painted. So I'll do a couple of hours in the spray booth. So we'll get it primed, painted. So we're going to start off with the white all over. And then we'll mask that away. And then we'll start going through the different areas on that one.
I'm edging towards the blue micro. I reckon it'll look nice in there.
Yeah.
I've done an orange car, so I don't really want to do metallic orange because I did me Lamborghini metallic orange, even though you say it's brown.
It's brown. It looks like British Leyland brown.
No, it's a 70s car with a 70s colour.
British Leyland 70s brown.
Yeah. I'm sure my mum had a car like that, a colour like that.
So I have to say, the colour palette from British Leyland in the 70s was shocking.
Your options are
hearing aid beige.
Yeah.
That puke green. What was that horrible green they used to do Allegros and stuff in?
Yeah.
It was really vile.
Going back to Sean though, on his Great Wall hobbies with his decals, as I say, you might want to go down the aftermarket route if you think they're that bad. But if you're thinking it looks gorgeous, like the one with the religious icon, then it might be just worth having a go with them. And say if it takes a couple of days, 10 coats of microset and sol, get it go down and all the rest of it. As I said, perhaps something a little bit stronger, and have a go with that. Don't forget, just try normal X20A. Make sure it's the acrylic Tamiya thinners, because that's stronger than micro sol. So that would be your next step, as I do. I usually do microset and sol. If that doesn't work, then it's Tamiya X20A. That doesn't work, then we normally work our way up to the Ajima stuff. So
I'm going to have to keep it one colour because I ain't going to have time to obviously do multiple colours. So the blue sounds good. One of the blues, mica blue or racing blue, I think would look nice. They've got a nice red one on the box, look.
yes.
But, don't know, I think the blue would look better.
Yeah. What colour interior are you going for?
Well, I thought biscuit.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, it could be just black.
Will you be flocking?
Pardon? No, I will not be flocking.
Oh, all right.
This is a stripped down race version.
Okay, yes, it's the lightweight version.
It's a very lightweight.
Alex says, hi team, what would be the course of action in case of a step between two parts, scraping of the plastic of the join and then putty, sanding and so on, or straight in with the filler and all the rest of it? Spoke about it before. It's very difficult to know when to do it. Like we said, if you've got a situation where literally you've got a step, so you've got a proper, and it's the thickness of the plastic, so it's sticking up, your best thing is not to get it. So if that means getting rid of like the locating tabs and all the rest of it to balance it out in the first place, that's really what you want to do. And that's where test fitting or dry fitting comes in. Spending half an hour getting it so you don't get a step in the first place saves you the hassle of scraping, sanding, filling. Then you've got to go and fix everything you've just broke. So rescribing, re-riveting, whatever the detail is. So you don't want that step. But if you have got it, like I've always said, it depends how much meat you've got to play with, as in how much plastic is physically there. Because if it's up this high and you've got like, obviously this step is here, but there's nothing below. If you scrape it through and there's nothing left, then you're going to have to bring up the other side. So some ways I literally will scrape clean to get it as flat as possible on there. And then obviously if there's not enough to play with, then I'll obviously bring putty in from the other side. But if I can, I avoid filler at any stage I can. You know, it's just one of those things where if you start, as soon as you're into the filler, you know you're in for it because you've got to let it dry. You know, you might need multiple coats, so forth and so on, right the way through. So if I can avoid it, I always scrape clean first. To be honest, no different from what we've done on there. Get the scrape cleaning done, you know, and then if you're in a situation where, you know, you run out of plastic, then you're going to have to get in there with the filler. And it may be by then you're only going to need half the amount of filler you might have needed it in the first place. So that way you can then obviously get on with it quicker. It's not going to take as long to dry. It's not going to take as long to do a second coat, so forth and so on, and make it easier. So my thing would be literally about, you know, if you can get away without it, don't. But if you need to, then scrape away and then work your way into it like that way.
So, digestives or custard creams?
Again, depends if I'm thinking sweet or savoury moment.
Yeah.
You know, if I've got like, you know, want a bit sweet, then it's going to be a custard cream. I find after a whole packet of custard creams, I do feel sick. Where digestives, I'm all right. Plus the fact the dog will tell you she'll want custard creams because they're a bit more interesting.
I like digestives when it's a fresh packet.
Yeah.
Just first open them and then you have a cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
And the point of a rich tea is what?
To cover it in chocolate.
Do you know, I do like a plain rich tea. I do actually. I have to say, with a cup of tea, there's something quite nice about just a plain rich tea.
What, when it falls in it and drops?
Yeah,
to
when
the
it
bottom,
breaks in half and then it's like sludge in the bottom and it's like trying to eat egg white. You know, when it slides down the cup. We've all been there. I must admit, Tam did come home the other day with a big packet of hobnobs.
Ooh,
so me and the dogs basically demolished them in the course of the afternoon. Then she's like, "Who ate me hobnobs?" Nah, the dogs did.
What did Peter Kay say about hobnobs? The Marines of the biscuit world.
Yeah, the Marines of the biscuit world, because you can't break them. You can dunk them and they don't break.
You can proper abuse a knob.
This stuff here, the really strong stuff, just be careful with it, is this one. So it's made by Jima Hypersol. But honestly, really be careful. If you leave this on your model and it pulls and you don't thin it off, as in like a nice even coat, it will eat your decal. And I've had it happen to me where it will dissolve the decal. If you put this over a soft decal, like Linden Hills, for instance, it will dissolve it on the spot. Because I've had it literally just dissolve decals. But for thick decals, it's really good. But this is my last, you know, if it's not happening, I've got nothing else to throw at it, then it'll get a coat of this. But it is incredibly strong. It's probably the strongest one I've ever used. And then after that, you know, you can do this trick, which I've shown before. So literally extra thin as a decal setting solution. Just don't brush twice. You just brush it and leave it and it will melt to the surface instantly. But again, if it's a weak decal, it will dissolve it. But Ajima does that as well. And also with Ajima, the other thing just to be mindful of as well, if you put a coat of it over, do not touch it for hours because the decal will go really, really soft. And if you touch it, it will melt to your finger. So, yeah. So we pick that and that, and then we got here. Yep. Dog fight outside.
Right.
Got some yappy little dogs having a punch about the front. Nice. Okay.
Send over
Okay, shall we have a look around your great work? Let me just dive in the bottom
Yes.
of the forum. Work in progress. Okay, so we've got the Armour Hurricane. That's got to be a good one for this weekend. Thought about doing that myself. So this is nice. Got the top version there. Very good. So it's Mark II. Second.
Good kit.
Good kit. Excellent kit. Just march that wing section down in here. When I did my build of it in the video build, you'll see you need to make a small adjustment just down in here, just to make it drop in. Otherwise the wing don't sit right. So yes, you might remember it's to do with this area in here. You might need to shove a blade into it and get rid of it. Also, mind that there. You might want to just wiggle that out of the way because that will affect your fit as well. Just saying. Only because it bugged the arse off me doing it. Okay, very nice. What have we got here? So, oh look.
Oh,
It's a jazzed up Beetle. It's a Mad Max Beetle.
It's pumped up, isn't it?
It is.
I've built a couple of them. Really good kit, that is.
It's a bit like the rear axle. They've seen as far to the back as they can get it.
Yeah.
Without it falling off. Very good. Okay. Has he got it? Oh, look. There we go. Chassis. Wheels. Oh, look. He's got the 2021 mug as well. Bonus points.
Who's building that?
Sorry, I forgot the name. This is Rob T.
Oh, Rob T.
Looking good. Nice chassis work. Coming together. Oh, look. Onto the body.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, nice bit of mesh work. Very nice. Front end. That's what you should do, Matt. Convert your Beetle. That's make it into a monster Beetle.
Good God, yeah.
Great work coming along very, very nicely. Good job on that one, Rob. What else we got? Another Armour Hobbies. I thought they might be popular. So again, another Mark II drop. Again, wheel wells in. Going in there, very nicely. Oh look, I'm amazed. You know, we were saying how the post is rubbish. I think it's just John. He's not here to defend himself, so that's it. We can slag him off.
You can pick on him.
Throw him under the bus. But the whole point is, I sent out all the US and Australia ones. You know, anybody sort of not in Europe got them first. They went out on Tuesday, and I thought then I'll work my way through this week. And to say the last of them went out last night, and for the UK, and everyone's been getting them next day. So good service by Royal Mail, bless them. Anyway, going through the usual things, as we can see, looking very, very nice. Oh, he's on. Nice wing join, no problems there. And he's all primed up there. Looking good, getting ready for paint. Congratulations, Gaza, on that one. We're all moving around. People are going to start chucking theirs in now because I'm doing it. Okay, Rob's working on the howitzer. 203 mil. Nice alley barrel. Oh my lord, look at the tracks. And the bag of pins.
That's a bit more than a weekend build.
A couple of you have messaged me, and I'd message you back and say, but in general, if you don't get them finished, don't panic. I'll move them next week just into the general build area, and then that way you can finish them off at your leisure, but don't rush them or anything. Look at that. Lots of raised detail on that. All the rivets. Looking good, though. Coming together very, very nicely. Nice detail on that. Wheels. Very good. Very nice, that. What scale was that? Oh, it's 1/35. I thought it was bigger than that. Good job on that one. Well done, Robert. Looking good. Okay, right. That's the Soviet. Okay, Tamiya, 48 scale Corsair. The Vault version. Very nice. Good kit, this. Ooh, colour photo etch set. There we go. Engine, cockpit, all the parts. Very nicely done. Bit of paintwork. Get the gold interior green going. Very good. Coming along very nicely. Good job. Keep going with that one. What else we got? A German tractor. Tractor. No, this is Peter's one. Peter's doing a tractor.
Is it?
It's not his Massey Ferguson. It's the other one. Okay, on with the wheels.
Right. Someone in chat yesterday said that Massey Ferguson's from Northern Ireland.
Are they? I don't
Well,
know.
it makes sense with the name, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Come along there. Very good on that one, Peter.
Oh,
Hopefully Peter will finish it and it won't go out the window. Okay, Nigel's doing the I can't pronounce that. The Nakajima Ace. Hasn't it got a normal name? They usually give them. Oh no, yeah, it's known as a rough.
It's a rough, isn't it?
A rough. That's what I was looking for. I was going to say they usually give them the names, isn't it? So anyway, very nice. 48 scale. Little seaplane. Nice decals. All at P-mask.
P-mask, good lad. Get a
Can't go wrong
P-mask
with
on it.
P-mask. That's what I used for the B-17. Very good. Oh look, Andy's about to time out.
That's me.
Oh,
Mine.
your PC needs an update.
No, it's somebody doing a pre-order.
Oh right, okay. Where were we? Come on, everyone's chucking those up now. I've lost my place. Walker Bulldog. There we go. Looking good. Oh look, that was John yesterday on screen. Look.
Yeah.
Looking nice. Wheels all done. Hit the barrel. Turret.
we did comment as soon as we came off air, he started joining.
Very nice.
Didn't he, Matt?
He was, sorry.
What?
As soon as we came off air, he started yawning.
Yeah.
Oh, John did, yeah. You bless him. Tired. Okay, very nice on the old bulldog bet. Good job. What else we got? Yeah, another German thing I
Oh,
won't
an
pronounce.
fast.
It's a Sturmers
It's a
4.
Stub 4, that is.
Very nice. Nice little kit, that, isn't it?
They're all right, them little armour fast kits. Dead quick to put together. We get 2 in a box, and yeah, they're all right.
Made in England. Don't see that very often.
No.
In fact, ever. Ooh, be nice to follow that one then, Kent. Good job on that one. Looking forward to seeing that one pop along. Okay. Pop out and then I'll go back up to the top because I know you lot have all been chucking them all back in there. Where were we? I've lost where we were now. Where were we? That's that one. Mitsubishi Zero by Dave. It's doing the Zeke. So look, everyone's got their mugs through. I'm amazed how quickly they've gone through. I wasn't expecting them to get through till next week. Very nice job on the cockpit. Coming along very nicely. Well done, Dave. Looking fantastic. Right, what I'll do, I'll pop to the top where you lot are suddenly shoving them all back in there quick. Okay, so James is doing the armoured utility car, the M20.
Oh, 48th one.
Yep. Very nice. And we've got the screws. There we go. Up to step 6. They go together really quick.
Yeah, they do. Don't they, Andy?
Yeah.
By the time we come back, Andy would have finished it. Looking nice. Assembly. Very good. Well done, James. Coming along very nicely on that one. I have to have a go with these little 148.
I know, I'm thinking the same, to be honest. I've never done one yet. No. So, hey up. Little tank.
Yeah, it's got an equal tank.
Scuba.
That's it. There we go. So this is Alex working on his little tank. That'll be now known as Little Tank. Very nice. Coming together. Nice detail on the bottom. Got the gun, turn barrel. Nice. Very nice.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh.
Can I just interrupt a minute?
Go on.
And resin 3D printers on sale at Amazon.
Which ones?
I don't know, find them. I need one.
You got one. You can have Andy's. You didn't use it.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. Bring it up next week.
I was going to say, Andy might as well just take it around the unit.
Mine's Sam's.
That's what we done. Well done, everybody. You're all doing fantastic. Keep them coming. All doing very, very well. The only thing I bought off of the Amazon sale is a new faceplate for my VR headset, because the old one's a bit crappy. So a bargain price of £18. Bourbon creams. Yeah, there you go. That's nice. Like a ballroom creams.
No, wrong.
Hmm.
Bikini Faso.
Who?
I thought it was called Bikini Faso. Les has put Bikini Faso still use the MI8. I don't know if this is a like conversation from earlier or just on our chat.
All right.
Oh, Eligoo are on sale.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
How much is it?
184, the same one as I've got.
Oh, I'm buying it.
Is that what we all need? One of them, is it? So our
An
house
elegant,
can
yeah.
stink. I'll put
Is
it
that
in the
got a price
outside
out
unit.
Eh?
I said, is that a good price?
I think I paid 210 for mine, I think, and they're saying that the price is now 230, so it's gone up.
What, they've put it up to put it down because it's Black Bloody Friday?
Well, it was a while ago since I got mine, wasn't it? So
Crafty, that is. I thought that was illegal.
Yes.
Anyway, the Eligoo Mars is a good one, isn't it?
apparently I last purchased the item on the 31st of January 2020.
Is that when you got yours?
Yeah.
Look at
Blimey.
pre-COVID.
Yeah.
As it is never known. Anything beforehand, pre-COVID.
Apparently, Rob Edwards says, wait for the 4K upgrades.
Yeah, but when they come in?
Who knows?
What, was that a new type of printer coming out, is it?
It's just a higher resolution,
Oh.
so finer prints. So got the standard one at 148, or the Pro, which is what I've got, is the 184.
Or,
First of all, we need to find somebody who knows how to program it.
exactly.
To design this
We need-
stuff. The printing
CAD
bit's the easy
expert.
bit. We just need somebody who knows how to do it all.
Apparently they're imminent on pre-order, faster and higher resolution. I can't use TS paints, Brian, because we don't stock them. We don't do aerosols, so I ain't got one. So I can't do it in that colour, I'm afraid.
Have Tamiya got a good navy blue colour for the F6F Hellcat? Wait, do you mean that dark navy blue colour? Isn't that Tamiya call it out for
XF17.
XF17, is it?
Yeah.
Apparently Graham's wife bought him a ginger nut.
Ginger nut. I haven't had ginger nuts for ages. I used to like them when they went soft.
Well, apparently this one's drinking his tea now because he said that dropped into his drink.
He's dropped it in there.
It's now being soaked up like a sponge.
Nice.
Nice.
I just saw something else then. I've lost it. There was something interesting going in the chat, but I've lost it. Where were we? I've lost it now.
Dirk, I'm not on Amazon to look. I've got no idea what sale is. 4K, yes, the current one's already. Ooh, look, 4K, Andy, you need to upgrade yours.
According to Camel, the Mars Pro has never been lower than 184 quid. Whatever Camel is.
Camel.
Yeah,
Never
apparently
been below
BC now stands for
184.
before COVID.
Yeah, I'm sure mine was 210 when I bought mine. That was when it first came out.
DJ says, question for me, do you have trouble with the wings on your Optivisor breaking? I've had 2 sets now and both have split on the front part where you attach the headband arms. Do you know what? It's funny, we were doing this last night because I was trying to take them off and I can't even get them off. But no, I haven't. And I've had this one for a couple of years now, I think. I do use it all the time now and I haven't had a problem with it at all. With the wings breaking. Or the army bits on here, but no. I have to say, I'm that happy with it. And I have to think, I think Krista bought me this one. But if it broke tomorrow, I'll buy another one straight away because I don't think I could live without it now.
The trouble when you get used to them, you can't bloody model without the thing.
Yeah, that's it.
So, yeah.
Gary saying that his Hurricane Trop has just had his first coat of paint. Good job.
Nice one. Yes, my plan is tonight, after I've had my tea and can get a couple of hours in the shed, is to get this the body shell primed up, I think. Yeah. Nice smooth styrene on it. I say this kit must be knocking on a bit now. It must be getting old.
Yeah.
You got a date on the sprue?
Yeah, it says Tamiya A. No. No date. So we'll have to scale mate it. It's got to be a 90s kit, hasn't it?
Apparently, Camel x3 is an Amazon price tracking history useful to see if the sales are really a sale. That's a good thing then, isn't it?
What's that?
Apparently, Camel x3 is an Amazon price tracking history site. So it's useful to see if things are on sale, if they really are on sale, or like you said, they've just nudged the price and then dropped it. So, yes.
Yeah, a bit dodgy that, isn't it? Dodgy tradings. If you do that sort of thing.
See, when I've finished my tracks,
Oh,
on the
nice.
second side, and I don't understand why John didn't, because all I've done is basically it's in 3 sections. Sorry, 2 sections, 3 sections. It's taped together at the moment while it's drying. But I mean, but all the wheels, I've still done it, so the wheels will come off, so I can pop it all off.
Because you're an armour builder and he's an aircraft builder.
Yeah, true.
And he's not here to defend himself.
Yeah.
So let's throw him under the bus. I don't know, Andy. He'll never watch it back, so you say what you like.
True. Yeah.
Ooh. Apparently this is from the 80s. One of their early car kits. Actually, I'll tell you what, it's really quite nice. It goes together. Typical Tamiya.
I think it's that thing, isn't it? With most of Tamiya, they were just so far ahead of themselves that even today it's all good stuff, like we said, with all of their kits. You know, when we did our show a few months back now about Tamiya and their cheaper kits, they're all still really good kits. But they're all from the 70s and 80s, you know?
Yeah, if you avoid the dogs, like obviously the Sea Harrier and what's the other one? There's another one that's really crap, isn't there?
The
T10.
Tamiya, the T62 rubbish.
Yeah, there is a few bad ones in there, isn't there? But yeah, most of them are still more than buildable, and it's going to look like a Lotus 7, isn't it? So Super 7. I'm actually looking forward to their Europa. I do like the Lotus Europa. It's a shame that worked out first, because I probably would have built that. But yeah. Caterham do them now, don't they? They cost a bloody fortune, don't they, Caterham, these?
Yeah.
You still buy them as kits and you do it yourself?
I don't know, to be perfect, I would have thought so.
Is that fad finish now? The amount of half-built cars that are left in garages.
What are you saying?
You know, the old kit car rage of the 80s, wasn't it?
People might have finished them all off with COVID, and so they've had nothing to do, so get back in the garages again.
The problem is with all them, they're all based on Beetles. The majority of the early kit cars are all based on a VW Beetle because it's got a flat pan in it, so it's easier to do.
All Cortinas and then put Rover, Jag engines in them, didn't he? Put Jag engines and rear, axles and everything on them.
I'll tell you what I've been enjoying recently, just talking about this type of thing, is I like watching The Crown. And obviously now it's in the 80s, but it's got all the 80s cars. And it's like, you know, there's some real classics in there. Like they park up and there is a Mint Fiesta Mark 1. You know, there's absolutely, well, where do they find these things? You know, you think in this day and age it'd all be CGI, but you've got the big rovers as well, like the police ones and all stuff like that, and Granadas and your Cortinas, and then they had a Cavalier 1.6L. Like, how's that thing
Nice.
still alive? You know,
Yeah.
someone's pride and joy. So,
There's companies that actually think them as prop cars, isn't there? They actually
Yeah.
have classic and they rent them out as prop cars. I bet there weren't a Mini Metro on there, was there?
I must admit, oh yeah, there is, because she was driving it. It was
Who was? The Queen?
No, what's her name? Diana. When she's young, she gets in her Mini Metro 1.0 and drives off in it, and it's mint. And it's like, how? How's that
That's the
thing still
problem, isn't it?
alive?
All the cars you see are all mint, aren't they? You don't see any.
Yeah, there's no rusty
Heaters,
baskets or smacked up ones. Yeah. Answering Scale Hanger 182. There's the Sea Sprite. There's a review of it there. It's saying it's typical Kitty Hawk. That's what I'll leave it with you.
Well, John's going to build that.
Yes. Good luck, John.
Boy, don't be like that.
He's not here. It's all right. He'll never hear it.
Hey?
It's all right. He'll never watch this. It's fine.
That's a good boy.
I've told him to his face it's a great kit. It just falls together. It's like Tammy. It's fine. No, it's one of those things. It's typical. Also, it's early Kitty Hawk, so it's a little bit flashy. It's got a few little ejector pins. But yeah, but again, it's that thing. I like the Sea Sprite. I think it's a cracking looking helicopter. Very, very.
I like the Sea Sprite as well.
Yeah,
And
I
that
think
one
I was
actually-
first
that
drawn
one-
to that. It was on the Matchbox catalogue cover years ago.
Yeah, even the old Airfix 72nd one, when they did it, was because nobody's really covered the Sea Sprite, have they?
No, it's
I
completely.
think that
overlooked.
new is it Clear Crop company are doing Sea Sprites in 72nd, but yeah.
No, I haven't built it. Not that mad. But John's building it. What's John? Shelf of Doom, here we come. No.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's one of those. I think it's quite a complicated aircraft to go together, but that's because of its shape and its things like that, with injection molding limits and various things. So it's quite modular the way it goes together. But I think once you've nailed it in there and got it in there, it'll be absolutely fine. It's just one of those things of just biting the bullet and getting on with it.
Tim's just said in chat, 4K, yes, but are the current ones already good enough? They are, just that you can always get better, can't you? And Les has said my old Mark 5 Cortina Gear Plus was it was cracking. I used to have a Mark 5 Cortina Gear. In like a pale metallic blue.
Mine was rusty red.
That's pale metallic blue, and it got blue velour seats.
Nice.
I had a white Orion. I think it was the 1.8 gear. Living the dream.
What an idea!
Think about it. I wrote the Cortina off.
There's not many cars you haven't wrote off, is there?
Yeah.
Probably two.
You never sold one. You just wrote it off and bought a new one.
Yeah, I've written two off in years. I put that one on its roof going to work.
Safe parking.
Wanted
Got through the car park on its roof.
Wanted a week off work, so I put one on its roof, and then my Mark II Escort, a span, and the car coming the other way went inside of me, so I blame him, even though I was on the other
So
side.
you were spinning round on the other side of the road, but another car hit you, so it's his fault.
Yeah.
It's a bit like saying, officer, I was stationary at the time. Yeah, but you was in the other lane.
So my dad bought me what did my dad buy me then? He bought me a Hillman Avenger to replace my Escort.
Ooh, Hillman Avenger.
It was punishment.
Cool.
Cosmos Blue, that sounds like the colour.
Cosmos Blue. That's a Ford colour.
Yeah, it is true. Well, it's not. It's sort of true. Kitty Hawk, the guy who does the helicopters, they work with the design of them, but they have no say over it because we've had dealings with them here on the show. And yeah, like he points out that when they did the Huey, for instance, originally it should have been a 1/35 scale. And the reason they got in contact with me is because I slated the kit. And they said quite correctly, because I pointed out it's not a D, it's like the H. And like they said, technically they made a hybrid out of both to do it, but they're hopeful, and it still is. When the H comes out, it is. But they only get involved with it so far into the design process. It's not like it's their kit and Kitty Hawk are using their kit. Kitty Hawk still have full control over it, but they do a lot of the design work and all the research and everything for them for it. That's how it actually works. It's with Weir, isn't it? I think, if I remember rightly. But again, it's a little bit of a strange thing, because I know that they weren't very happy, shall we say, the way that the Huey turned out, because it's not what they thought was going to be made. They handed off all their stuff expecting to get a Huey, and what came back out wasn't what they were involved with. But they're very hopeful that the 35th scale Huey, which we should see soon, should be good.
So.
Is there a decent F-18 in 48th or 32nd? I know Meng are releasing one soon. Depends which one. Do you want Legacy or Super Hornets? Legacy, obviously, to be honest, the kinetic one, which I've built, is where to go. You can build any version of it, and it's got better detail than the Hasegawa kit. It's got drop flap slats, all the usual bits and pieces you would want. Really, really nice. They have retooled the front end of it now because some people have trouble with the windscreen, so you can do it there. And again, if you want Legacy, then the only option in 32nd is Academy, which is really nice. Built them as well. Done a few of theirs over there. So we've got another one down there now, to be honest. And then if you want a Super Hornet, your only option in 32nd is obviously the Trumpy ones, which again, buy the Growler, because the Growler is closer to a real version than the pre-production ones. The E and F kits are wrong on every level, but they're a lot better than Ravel's horrible thing. But again, in 48 scale, I would now wait for the Super Hornet for the Meng ones. I think it'd be worth the wait. If you're planning on doing it now, your best option is to do the Hasegawa 48th ones, but they're a bit like hen's teeth in the UK anyway. We had them for a while, didn't we? We got hold of a carton full and they quickly went.
Yes, we did, yeah. We did.
But it's very hard to get that kit in the UK, and they're going for silly money.
They do.
But the kinetic F-18, the 48 scale for the legacy ones, which is obviously the A through to C, they... Yeah, put it there. Nice kit. Goes together very well.
Are we going to have a scoot round to see what we've done?
Yes, go on then. Show us your wares.
Hold on. Let me flip. Come on. Oh, it's come on.
Hold on, give it time. It's going to go. You froze. That's it. That's a good sign. There you go.
That's it. So I was thinking cameras. So, I've chucked the engine together.
Yeah.
That looks lovely in white, doesn't it?
It does. Very white.
Still got all the pipes and stuff to stick on, but I'll do that when I've painted them. And then obviously the front end and the back bit. So I'm going to get some primer on it, and I've done a bit of the steering. But I'm at a stage where I need to do a bit of priming and getting it ready for paint before I can do assembly. So that's what I'm going to do tonight for tomorrow. But actually, it's a cracking kit. Really nice.
Nice. Very nice.
Can't complain about that. It's typical Tamiya, and even though it's knocking on, it's going together really, really nice and really quick. Not a lot of bearing on it at all or anything. It's highly recommended. And how much is it? 23 quid, 24 quid or something?
Yeah, it's quite cheap, isn't it?
Cheap. And
Matt, I've forgotten your steering, mate.
You what?
Your front.
Yeah, your front axle's just got under.
No. Oh, all right. Thanks.
You might need that for going home. You'll get home and not have it for tomorrow.
Yeah. You're about right. So yeah, that's where I'm at this afternoon.
Go on then, Andy. Show us your wares.
I've just been sanding my wheels down, so taking the seams off the wheels.
Yeah.
and then building my tracks, which fair when you think that tracks could take you days to do, and I've done 2 sets in 2 hours. Not too bad.
Is this it now? In the future, it's going to be doing 48 scale armour.
Yeah, I mean, fair. I mean, I was showing Matt the Tac-On Panzer III the other night, and there's not a lot of difference in size between a Panzer III in 35th and a T55 in 48th, to be honest with you. So, yeah, they're nice little kits. I'll have to bring some of my other ones up from downstairs. I've got a Sherman. I'm trying to think what I've got. I've definitely got a Sherman and a Tiger, I think. Got some others, I think, as well. These look wobbly because they're not on. They're just on for to level it out when I put my tracks on.
Very nice, though. But no, it's coming together nice. As I say, it's the nice thing about these is they're coming together quite quickly. Not getting bogged down too much or anything else like that, you know. So that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, obviously, we are pretty much now ready for paint and primer. As I say, I'm hopeful because it should have been here, well, ages ago, but I'm waiting on the acrylic stands for it. I do have a sort of backup plan if it doesn't arrive, but that's the plan. But these are now done, so we're all sanded and blended and ready to go. As I say, I've got the teeth to still go on them, just down in here, but because I'm going to paint red in the back here, I'm going to put the tooth on. I think it'd be easier to do that than try and go in behind it. So we'll put the tooth on afterwards when you're ready to go in, but they're looking pretty good. So I think I'm going to do these in sort of standard sort of 70s, 80s, the high-vis colour scheme, just to make them look a bit different. So we'll go with the sort of gull grey on the back and then white on the underside and do them that way. And then we've got the marking, so we'll have to mask up, put some bands in. The painting, to be honest, is going to be quite technical, because we've got to do the bands for the weapons. So obviously have the 2 yellow and then the motor one in brown at the back. So we've got to somehow get all of that done. So a bit of masking involved with that should be fun tomorrow. So coat of primer, and then it'll be a case of spray it white, and then we'll be masking the white all areas and going through it like that. So yeah, should be yeah, quite fun, I must admit. But a great little something different. Something that's a bit of giggle, goes together very fast, but this is the bit where you can be as creative as you like, do anything you want, any colour scheme, you know. So yes, that's the plan for that one.
Cool.
Very nice indeed. So we will be back with you. There we go. As you can see on the other side. Next up will be tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. So tomorrow's the big day. Obviously, we're going to go from 2 till 5, and then obviously we'll be back on at 7:30 till 9 in the evening as we make our way through. We've got a guest on tomorrow as well. Brett's coming over, our obligatory American, seeing as obviously this is an American thing. So we thought we better have one on. We've got the obligatory American on. So he's going to be on with us, having a bit of a giggle. And then obviously we'll be back with you again on Sunday, same thing. So it's going to be 2 till 5, and then finishing off the show between 7 and 9, where hopefully we'll be in a thing where we're a bit finished and can go through just like that. So that's the plan. As I said, tomorrow we're having a sale, which will start when we start. Yeah, Matt?
Yeah.
So there'll be a sale on at the PM store. Obviously, we'll run you through exactly what it is and where it is and all the rest of it. So we're having a bit of a flash sale. So that'll be on at the weekend. So that'll start at 2 o'clock, but it will be on a first come, first serve. So grab them whilst they're there, grab them quick, as always, make your way through. Said before, the mugs are back up as well. You know where to find them, people. They're on there as well. That'll end as well on technically Sunday night. I'll end it on Monday. And then obviously they're all going out straight away. I've got a couple here which are going out. The rest of them will be in next week, so they'll make their way out to you. So there may be a small delay as those go out as well, because obviously this is the second load I've brought in for it. But I don't want anybody to be disappointed and miss out. So making sure you've all got it. But it will end on Monday, and then that'll be it for the limited edition 2021 Flory Models mug. Sorted. Cool. Very good. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for all your questions and that. Remember, stay safe, stay sanitized, stay modelling, and be good. And we will see you at 2 o'clock tomorrow. So say goodbye, peoples.
Bye.
Bye. There we go.